Dear students, in this lecture we are going to discuss about the stack operations and how the stack can be used for programming purpose or during program execution and how the stack can be used. Okay, these are the topics we are going to discuss in this video. Here first, before going to this operations, first we should know what is stack and how it will be used in the process of programming. Stack is nothing but a part of main memory or some portion of main memory which can be allocated for the purpose of storing the variables, temporary variables or temporary results, and the status of the program or processor while the control is transferred from one program to the other program. Okay. In such case also we are going to use stack. Okay. Suppose we are running program A. Somewhere in A we are calling another program B. Okay. So to execute the program B, we need to store the status of program A. Okay. Where the status is to be stored before control is transferred from A to B, the status of A program is to be stored onto the stack. Then as per the instruction, we will go to the program B location and execute it. Once that is over, then we need to come back from where we have moved to B. Okay. Then before going to B, program A status is to be stored onto stack, then only the control is transferred from A to B. Then when coming from B to A, when the control again taken from B to A, whatever is stored onto the stack before moving A to B, it is stored. That status has to be retrieved back. Okay? That status has to be retrieved back. Then only the control is transferred from B to A and continued the process A. That is happening. So that is one of the main application of stack. In addition to that, the stack used to store the temporary results and variables. Okay. Because of these reasons, the stack is a must to run. It is mandatory. Stack portion is mandatory to run any program. Without using stack, we cannot run the program. Sometimes even the programs also shows that the stack overflow. That means whatever the stack allocated, the stack is not sufficient for that. That means it may require more space. How the stack will be allocated? The stack will be allocated by using a CPU register called stack pointer. Stack pointer is used to initialize the stack. That means to define the stack portion, initialize means to define it. To define the stack portion, we are going to use the stack pointer. Okay. Always the stack pointer points the top of the stack location. Okay. In addition to this, one thing you need to remember and you need to be very particular about it. How the data is to be stored onto the stack and how the data is to be retrieved. Okay. That is with the property LIFO, last in first out. That is the property of stack. The property of stack is last in first out. So whatever is stored in the stack last, that is to be taken out first. It's last in first out. Whereas in the queue, it is first in first out. So whatever enters into the stack, whatever enters into the queue first, that is to be taken first. That is to be taken out first. Whereas here in the case of stack, whatever is placed at the end means latest, recently, that is to be taken out. Okay, that is taken out for deletion. Deletion, or in the case of, that is like pop. Okay, always the contents are to be stored onto the top of the stack. Then from only top of the stack only, we need to take it back. That is last in, first out. We are putting in the bunches. Okay, whatever the data item we are placed onto the stack last, that is to be taken out first. That is called last in, first out. Here, this is one of the, here this is a memory where the first row gives the addresses, the second row gives the content of those locations. Here the content of those locations will be here. Here 0 location, the maximum location is 2 power k minus 1. Okay, always the stack size will be the order of 2. Always the stack size will be the order of 2. It may be 2 power 2, 2 power 10, or 2 power like that. Okay, 2 power 8. Always the size of stack will be order of 2. Here this is the bottom of the stack. Here is 4 3. Okay, the maximum size is this. Bottom is this is the from 0 to here 0. This is 2 power k minus 1. In this total memory, the stack portion will be from here to here. This is the stack portion. This is the stack portion. Whatever I have marked now, whatever I have highlighted, this portion is stack portion. This is the bottom point. This is the start of the stack. This is end of the stack. So this is the stack portion. Here always the stack pointer points the top of the stack. Here what the stack in the stack pointer location, what the content is minus 28. Okay, minus 28 content is there. If you want to pop it, what you have to do? You have to take it. So minus 28 will be, you have to take it out from the stack. Then again stack will be incremented here. Stack will be incremented. Why? Because it starts with 0 and the maximum is 2 power k minus 1. It is in increasing order. The addresses are in increasing order. Okay. Yeah, the addresses are in increasing order. In some of the cases, it may be in other way. In some of the cases, it may be in other way. That depends. Here in this case, okay, it starts with 0 and maximum is 2 power k minus 1. Yeah, out of this entire memory, the stack portion is this one. Okay. Remaining is used for the other purpose. Remaining part of the memory, other than this portion, remaining part of memory can be used for other purposes. Okay. Here, then we will discuss about the operations. This is a push operation. Okay. Here earlier this is only 28. There is no 19. Now I want to push 19 data. Now I want to push 19 data onto the stack. Now I want to push data 19 onto the stack. So how it can be done? That is push operation. Here what I will do is, first I have to decrement the stack pointer by 2 by 4 here, because in this example it takes 4 bytes. Each value of this one item, data item, will take 4 bytes. So the stack pointer will be decremented by 4 here. Here the increment and decrement of stack pointer depends on the size of the data item. Size of the data item means to store each data item, how many bytes are to be occupied. Okay. Here in this case, to store this -28, it occupies 4 bytes. In this case, I'm talking about. In all the cases, it may not be same. Okay, it may differ from case to case. Okay, here in this case, we have taken each data item occupies 4 bytes. Okay, so stack pointer is decremented by 4. Stack pointer is decremented by 4. Because it is already pointing top of the stack here. It is already pointing top of the stack, okay, which points to -28. Now, if I want to add some more value, that is 19, that is 19, okay. If I want to move 19 onto the top of the stack, what I will do first? First, I have to subtract 4 from SP. That means I have to move the stack pointer to next top. Next top means earlier address is this. How do I get this address? By subtracting with 4. Okay, this SP minus 4 stack pointer address is to be decremented by 4 and it points to this. Then I can place the data whatever I want here. That is 19. That is first decrement, then place. This is an example of auto decrement case. This is an example of auto decrement case. This is an example of auto decrement addressing mode. First decrement, then place the value or use the value. That is this one. This is push operation. Subtract 4 comma SP. Then new item is to be stored onto top of the stack. Yet the meaning of this is it is a immediate addressing instruction. It is immediate addressing instruction, whereas this is indirect addressing mode instruction. Okay. Instead of using these two, you can use a single instruction, that is using auto decrement addressing mode. Yet the meaning of this one is SP is equal to SP minus 4. Subtract 4 from SP and the result is again stored in SP. That is stack pointer. These two instructions can be replaced by with one instruction by using this one is auto decrement addressing mode instruction. And this one is, these two instructions are used for save push, and this is the logic only. These are only two to check whether the stack is full or empty, like that. If the stack is full, you cannot push the data. If the stack is full, you cannot push the data. Okay. For that purpose, we are going to use the conditions. This is not important, but this is only for understanding purpose I have given. Similarly, if the stack is empty, are you able to pop? Stack is empty means there are no items at all. There are no items at all. That means that, is it able to get the data from stack? No. That is, we cannot do pop operation. Before doing pop, we have to check whether the stack is empty or not. If the stack is empty, we cannot do pop. If the stack is not empty, we cannot do pop. We can do pop operation if the stack is empty. Stack empty means all the data items are, no, there are no data items at all. If there are no data items, how can you pop it? Pop means get the data from stack. No, we cannot get it. Okay. If the stack is not empty, then only you can use, use pop. If the stack is full, you cannot use push. If the stack is not full, remember once again, if the stack is not full, then only you can use push. If the stack is not full, you can use push. If the stack is not empty, then you can use pop. Okay. If the stack is full, you cannot use push. If the stack is empty, you cannot use pop. Okay, those are the conditions, those are the limitations. Then this is the earlier, this is the original stack. Okay. From this, what I will do is now pop. That means on top, this is top of the stack. The top of the stack points to -28. So I have to take -28 outside, then the stack pointer is incremented by 4 bytes, then it points to 17. That is happening here. Stack pointer is points to 17 means this is no way part of stack now. Now -28 is not part of stack. Why? Because always the top of the stack is pointed by stack pointer. So 17 is the number which is pointed by stack. Okay. So the stack portion is only till this step. Is it clear? So -28 is to be stored somewhere in the register, or that is called, okay, that is popped, and you have to store somewhere, either in register or somewhere. Okay, this is called pop operation. For pop operation, you are going to use, for push operation, you are going to use auto decrement addressing mode. For pop operation, you are going to use auto increment mode. This is auto increment mode. This is an example of auto increment addressing mode. This is an auto increment addressing mode instruction. Okay. This is pop operation. Okay, this is the diagram. This is the syntax. This is the instruction for that. Instruction means program, a simple program. The logic only here. I have not given the entire program. Only logic I have given. Okay, the diagram for this. Okay. Again, I will give the summary in few minutes. Basically, the stack is a part of main memory which can be used to store the temporary variables and status of the program. Okay. Always the stack pointer points the top of the stack, and the stack pointer is used, to initialize the stack. Okay. Then the operations are push and pop. For doing push operation, the stack should not be full. If the stack is full, we cannot do push operation. If the stack is not full, we can do push operation. Similarly, if the stack is not empty, we can do pop operation. If the stack is empty, we cannot do pop operation. Okay, these are the limitations. Sometimes the stack may also overflow. Overflow means, that means full. If the stack is full, then what will happen? The stack will be overflow. Okay, there is some of the cases you will get that error while running the programs also. Okay. This is the purpose of stack, and it will be used in the programming purpose. Okay. Another important point is the stack has the property of last in, first out. Whatever the data you put onto the stack, latest or recent, that is to be taken out first. That is last in, first out. LIFO, 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 LIFO.